I had a very large inclination to doing things that were visual, and especially things that I could do with my hands from a very early age. I was on the front porch weaving baskets in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, while everybody else was playing volleyball or tag. The only time I got involved was when they said things like, let's do a circus, or let's do a game, one of those performance kind of things. I was always excited and participated in that kind of thing. I wanted to major in art history. So I did clothing and textiles in the home economics school and art history in the fine arts school. By the time I got out of graduate school, I decided there must be something more to the world, and I wanted to see and do more of that. And I heard one day on the way to work, I was working for the architecture school at that time, that there was a new thing called the Peace Corps. And I must have heard 4 sentences, and I said, if they take me, I'm going. 2 days before my 30th birthday, I started my first job in the fashion industry in New York City. And I was like petrified because, of course, I was 30 in those days, and now you're over the hill when you're 30. I just got tired of fashion, and I was already, I had already achieved many of the things that I wanted to achieve, and I decided that I was going to take a break. My sister, who was a lawyer and shared my passion for ceramics, was retiring, and she decided that we should open a pottery store. So in Ashland, Oregon, I think in 1998, we opened in a basement the first pottery store, the first Clay Angel. The store was a great success, and I wanted my own store. My sister wanted me to get myself out of her store, and I wanted my own store, and Tom thought that Santa Fe would be a great place to do this. And so we came here and I looked for a place to open a store. My focus is on folk art. It always has been, because I feel folk art is the mother of all clay work. And that's the part that I know the best. So I think it's the mother of every medium. Anyway, and it should be preserved so that other things can spin off in the most beautiful, profound way. Folk art is the voices of the culture that it projects. I was doing an event at the store that I had had in my mind really maybe even before we started the store. And the event is called Focus Folk Art. What it was an event where I asked people that really knew a lot about ceramics, curators from the museum and collectors, to come and pick their favorite piece from that year's shipment from each country that the shipment was represented, and then their favorite piece all over. And one day Tom Augustin, this actually, it's told that it was over a cup of coffee, but I remember exactly where we were standing in Clay Angel. We were talking and Tom said, well, this was such a success. What do you think of the idea that other stores, we have lots of folk art stores in different mediums in Santa Fe, get involved in this? And I love business and I love the idea. So I said, that's a great idea. And then I stopped in my tracks and I said, it has to be a market. That's just what happens. And I only contributed that much. And over 1,000 volunteers took over from there. And we all put our heads and hearts together, and we've worked on this market. But I have to say, the real heroes, or the real heroines and heroes of this market, are the Santa Fe community that embraced this idea with the most incredible enthusiasm and also a profound interest in what this project is all about.